this video today, I'd like to discuss with you what it is you need to be aware of when planning for a VBAC, vaginal birth after cesarean, experience. There are many factors and considerations that need to come into play. And the first being that you need to choose where you're going to experience your VBAC. So not all hospitals do VBAC. Not all obstetricians will allow a VBAC experience. So you have to make sure that your care provider and the place that you're going to birth will allow a VBAC experience. That's what you need to be aware of first and foremost. So it might take a little bit of research on your behalf to try and work out where it is that you need to go to have a successful VBAC. So that's the first consideration that you will need to make. Second to that is that you need to make sure that you are eligible for having a VBAC experience. So that means that you've had an incision that goes horizontally across your abdomen. It also means that your baby is head down, not breech. And it also means that you go into spontaneous labour. Your best chance of having a VBAC experience is that you go into spontaneous labour yourself around your estimate. So with the clients that I have supported over years and years of being a doula, my most successful clients have had quite a few things have to line up to make it a successful VBAC experience. And one of those things is going into labour naturally. So you have to make sure leading up to your estimated date that you've got your baby head down and you're doing lots of natural induction techniques to really move your labour along naturally. I can't stress that enough. The more that you can get yourself into labour naturally, having a VBAC, the greater chance you've got of having the most natural, normal birth experience. The other thing too that you need to consider is the moment that you have an epidural, when you go into natural normal labour, if you have had a prior cesarean, it's really important that you try as best you can to stay away from an epidural. The reason being is the moment that you have an epidural and you are then bedbound, lassoed to the machinery, unless you can have a telemetry that enables you to walk around, but it doesn't happen very often, your baby can rotate into an unfavourable position for vaginal birth, so posterior, and it can slow your labour right down. And as a VBAC, the medical providers want to see you moving along in your labour at a consistency, at a consistent contraction rate, at a consistent dilation rate. So you need to keep things moving. And the best way to do that is keep moving your body, staying in active labour positions, staying away from having any epidural or pethidine, morphine, any type of opiate, so that you are totally aware of your surroundings and you and your baby are just cruising along, welcoming those contractions and really getting labour happening and as I said, consistent. So that is your best chance of having a VBAC experience. The other thing too that you should have on board is really good support. So the reason that I, as a doula, have attended so many VBACs is because my clients knew that they needed someone on board that was, I guess, experienced with labour, knows what it looks like, could help them mentally when they felt challenged by the intensity of the contractions to keep them going. That's what a doula can provide. So a lot of successful VBACs happen because women employ a professional doula. They really can make a difference to help you with your journey of creating the most powerful and positive VBAC experience, because birth is 90% mental and 10% physical. And when women start to doubt themselves and struggle when they're in labour, particularly as a VBAC woman, you really need someone there to say, hey, you've got this. I believe in you. You are doing the most incredible job of birthing this baby. Keep going. Come on. Just another 10 contractions. Come on. You can do this. Let's keep going. They can also support you physically by massaging you, suggesting good positions that can work for you, feeding you food because you've got to have fuel in the tank. As much as the hospitals don't like VBAC women to eat, it's like running a marathon with no food on board, no electrolytes, no hydration. You just wouldn't do it because you're setting yourself up for failure. So as a VBAC woman, you really have to eat and drink. You must. So think about foods that are going to sustain your energy and keep you going. So you're looking at like the protein balls that are filled with nuts and dried fruit, raw cacao, not too sugary, but just a nice healthy ball that you can quickly put in your mouth, chew and swallow. Banana, some apple, some plain rice, little rice balls. Electrolytes that can help keep you going, keep your uterine muscles contracting beautifully, just as they should. Not too hard, not too soft, just as they should. Electrolytes that have magnesium, so you don't end up cramping up. So they do sustain you. Drinks that sustain you. Coconut water. So 750 mils per hour. Sounds like a lot. But your body is running a marathon on the inside. Your muscles are running a marathon. They are contracting vertically over and over and over with every contraction. Your horizontal bands that are on the inside of your uterus are squeezing your baby down onto your cervix. The vertical muscles are contracting, shortening to pull your cervix up. These muscles need energy. You need energy. You need fuel in the tank. So when it comes pushing, you've got plenty of energy and strength and power behind your pushes. So you need to make sure that you've got adequate people supporting you that can provide all that for you, and that you're in a place of birth that supports that as well. So it's not just a matter of saying, I'd like a vaginal birth after having a cesarean. You really do need to set yourself up for success. So if this is something you would like more information on, in my beautiful book, Birth Your Way, that I have written, available on Amazon, the links are below, I wrote a whole chapter on VBAC and NBAC, so normal birth after cesarean, NBAC. Some women don't often use that term. VBAC is the term that you most hear, but NBAC is a term also that is used. So have a read of that chapter. There are some amazing stories from women that I assisted that, against the odds, had their beautiful VBAC experiences. I've also written a third book that is all birth stories to inspire, because that can really help you set yourself up to go, yes, I can do this. There's also a VBAC chapter in that book, but I think the other stories of women giving birth will inspire you and help you. Any positive information that you can gain and receive and hear and go, yes, that's me, is going to help you mentally in your preparation. So if this is something that really appeals to you, please subscribe below, watch my other videos I've been releasing, listen to my hypnosis scripts and my meditations, because that also helps you. I've just released a VBAC script, a hypnosis script that can really help you to tune in and to believe in yourself, because it starts with having that belief and that trust in your body that you can do this job it's designed to do, because you can and you will. But it does require you to prepare mentally. So give it all you've got. If you read these stories, you listen to my scripts, they are going to help 100%. I guarantee it. So please give me the thumbs up, subscribe, and I really hope you're enjoying my content that I'm trying to create on these YouTube clips.